You can increase your credit score as much as 100 points in as little as 7 days. Stay tuned to find out how. Welcome back. My name is Mike. I've been in finance and banking for over 15 years and in sales 10 years before that. You might say I know a little bit about money, but I also know a little bit about credit. Today we're going to talk about how to boost your credit score up to 100 points in as little as 7 days. So let's get started. Now, I do want to inform you this is credit education, not credit repair. A lot of services out there offer credit repair on the internet. This is not one of them. Many factors can affect this and your credit report, so use credit responsibly. Also, check out my other videos on how to increase your score and how to build credit if you have no credit. With that in mind, the first thing we're going to talk about today is how credit scores work. So take a look at this chart. This chart shows the 5 main categories that affect your credit score. Let's go over them. Number 1, payment history. That affects 35% of your credit score. Next, the amount you owe. That affects another 30% of your credit score. The length of your credit history affects 15% of your credit score. And new credit opened and types of credit you have, that each affects 10% of your credit score. Knowing this is going to help you out, and we're going to focus on 2 of these mainly today. That's payment history and the amount you owe. So why are we focusing on payment history and the amount you owe, aka credit utilization? That's because those 2 factors have the main impact on your credit report. And your credit report is made up of points. Now, your credit history may have no score, or it may have as little as 300 points. And those are points your credit bureaus automatically give you. But you're in control of 550 of those points, which gives you a total credit score of up to 850. Take a look at this next chart. This chart shows a breakdown of the points your credit history is made up of. You can earn up to 192.5 points with a good payment history. That means no late payments in the past 24 months. You can earn 165 points with good credit card utilization, aka the amount you owe, by keeping it below 9%. The other factors that affect your credit score are credit age, which gives you 82.5 points. So that means don't close your accounts. The older, the better. And credit mix, have a good, diverse credit portfolio. That's 55 points. And inquiries, keep those to a minimum. That's another 55 points. But as you can see, your main factors that are on this chart are your payment history at 192.5 and your credit utilization, aka how much you owe, are at 165. So that's good information to know, isn't it? Now here's some more good information. 95% of banks and creditors are using your FICO score calculations to determine your credit worthiness when you're applying for credit. So take a look at this chart. As you can see, your payment history and your credit utilization are still the major factors affecting the FICO score. And the major factor for payment history is the number of months since you've had a serious delinquency. You can see you can earn up to 75 points with no serious delinquencies. But as you're getting delinquencies, those points are going down. You're losing 10 points if you have 0 to 5 delinquencies. You're losing 15 points at 6 to 11 delinquencies. You're losing 25 points at 12 to 23 delinquencies. And 55 of those 75 points with 24 plus delinquencies. You don't want delinquencies. You can see how fast your score is going to drop when you have delinquency. Rule of thumb, stay away from them at all cost. Next, we're going to talk about credit utilization. That's your outstanding debt against your credit lines that the debt has accrued on. Look at the chart now. If you have 0 balance on those cards, you have 55 points. With 1 to 6% balance on those cards, you have 65 points. 7 to 19%, it's dropping 15 points to 50. 20 to 49%, it's dropping another 5 points to 45. If you get up to 50 to 89%, it's dropping another 20 points to 25, and 90 plus percent drops you all the way down to 15. You want to stay away from those higher amounts. Stay somewhere in the 1 to 6% range, and you're going to increase your score dramatically. Thank you for going over that with me. And with all that information in mind, let's find out how to increase your credit score up to 100 points in as little as 7 days. Here we go. First off, what you have to do is you have to call up your banks and find out when they're reporting to the credit bureau. Or you can go onto your credit monitoring app and see if you can find out there. In lieu of this information, you need to find out your statement date. And what you're going to do is you're going to pay your credit cards down as far as possible or off before your credit cards are reporting to the credit bureaus. Seems simple enough? It is. If you have the money, throw everything you have at those credit cards to pay them down as much as possible before they're reported to the credit bureaus, and that's usually a little bit after the statement date. Personally, I pay my credit cards off before the statement date, right before the statement date. And my credit score is always staying up high. This is going to be mostly impactful if you're trying to get some lines of credit soon. That could be getting a mortgage, that could be getting a car loan or a credit card or a personal loan or anything like that. If you need to raise your credit score fast, follow what I just went over. And that's going to give you more opportunities to get better rates on your loan. But bear in mind, there are other factors that affect your credit worthiness when applying for loans. There's actually 24 of them, and I'll go into that in another video. And that's it. That's how to raise your credit score up to 100 points in as little as 7 days. I appreciate you joining me here today. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment below, and I'll be happy to answer them. I may turn one of your comments into a later video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. I'll also appreciate if you subscribe. By subscribing helps me get more content out to a larger audience, and I want to help as many people as possible. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.